Welcome everybody, I'm Alexander Linz, head of content of WatchAdvisor.com, the largest search engine for wristwatches and official retailers on the net. And at Baselworld 2018 I have the pleasure to have Peter Stas with me. Peter, welcome.
Hello, Alexander.
Mr.
Good
Hybrid.
to see you again.
Mr. Hybrid, Mr. Alpiner X. No, I'm joking.
Yep.
But let's talk about, before we go on Hybrid and Alpina X, the two products that are very interesting this year. In general, what's your feeling in Baselworld? Good mood? People are buying, not buying? Are they happy, unhappy?
They're buying here. So we are in high double digits plus for up to the third day. And we wonder, of course, if it continues, considering there are 2 days less. But so far we're very happy. We have many people from both customer side, also the press, and the orders. I think the reception of the connected product is very strong. We come with two considerable innovations so that people really are interested to hear more about that. So far so good.
So far so good, you're happy, that's good. You're Dutch, if you're happy, then it's okay. After 2 days.
The Dutch are normally not that happy.
No, but they are. No, I'm not saying that they're not happy, but you Dutch always look on the money, and you are. If you are happy, I think it's a good sign.
Right?
It's a good sign.
We have to pay for the stand. Otherwise, we have to be one of those other 600 people who leave.
Or left. Peter, you just named it. The hybrid watch is an innovation.
Right.
Innovation in the sense of that you have been first time combining a mechanical wristwatch with a smartwatch technology. What do people tell you when they see that?
Yeah,
wondering.
No, well, they have. Of course, we introduced this product in New York, where you were present as well.
Yeah.
First time a manufacture caliber really worked around to have the electronic components inside the magnetic shield to bring an electronic layer into a mechanical movement. And that that already intrigued people. So what we see here in Basel, a lot of people come and have a look at it. They're of course very surprised. We've also a demo mode in the app, so we can very quickly show all the functionality, including the analytics part. We see that especially the watch enthusiasts, they are very interested to know and to see what the rate is, the amplitude of the caliber. And that of course has never been done before either. So it is for the first time that we can really measure that in real time in a mechanical watch with this functionality. And very well received, good orders. Mm-hmm. So you already mentioned in New York that the 3,000 first batch was probably not going to be enough.
I assumed, yeah.
So you were right.
Yeah.
And we're happy to see that, and also because it is really something new again, and it gives a lot of discussion, and also we've had a lot of discussion already. Okay, what would be the next steps? How we're going to bring this towards the future,
Are people try to get involved in the thing by discussing with your crew, with your members of the staff?
Well, we're going to talk a little bit later about Alpiner and Kickstarter there. Some have some comments here.
I mean those who come and pass by outside on the stand.
Yeah. So some comments here.
Yeah.
Here, because of the tools there, loads of comments. Okay. I mean, like hundreds of people reacting. Here, a few.
Yeah.
Hundreds.
Okay.
So you really see the difference there, and that's because we make use of another tool here.
Yeah.
I think here there will also be much more comments if you get into contact with the early adopters. Now we're still in the watch world. What I have also clearly seen on the hybrid is that Asian people like it better because it's mechanical. We've seen so far on the smart product it was US, Europe, Asia. And now we see that also the Asian customer is much higher in the order cycle. Some comments, good comments, but few.
Okay. It doesn't surprise me, honestly, that the Asians like it. The melting of the two worlds, having the best of both. I'm not astonished at all. I'm not astonished at all.
Yeah.
But now let's talk about the Alpina X.
Okay.
So loads of comments. Give me a summary. I'm so curious. Resume again about the Kickstarter project. That was already something that has not been done before.
Correct.
With a brand like you, compared to yours or your brands. So Kickstarter.
Yeah, typically Kickstarter is done by startups.
Yeah.
Last year, also Bose, the sound brand for earphones, for all kinds of sound products, they did a Kickstarter or crowdfunding campaign. They were in Indiegogo, the other platform. And this really triggered us also as a brand like Alpina to come with a new product on a platform. And they described it very well why they did that, to really bring early adopters into the innovation cycle and ask their feedback on a number of things and get really immediately feedback that you otherwise may get only during the year when you are introducing the product. So we decided to do that with AlpinerX as well.
Mm-hmm.
We launched it on Thursday, the first day of Basel, and when we also had the official press conference for our new launches. Then here was the launch of the product and the launch of the Kickstarter campaign. We just quickly looked before we entered the room. We're now like 2.5 days later, so we have 800 people who have backed the project, and then by backing that means they really pay to receive a watch. We have launched this watch configurator where they can build up to 3,200 different combinations, and we get a lot of comments and excitement on that.
Any particular thing that is clear already after 2 days in terms of colors, straps? I don't know what.
Not really.
Not really.
No. We really see that people are really what we see is that they're experimenting with different models,
Mm-hmm.
and they are able to save each of their creations and come back on it later.
Mm-hmm.
During the coming weeks, we will also have a designer board where people can post their creations, and where we will have a voting system. So we also get input from how people react on it, and maybe that it stimulates to create another one.
So still too early.
Yeah, it's a bit too early. I see, but it's more anecdotal because I've not gone into the data of the saved models. That really, what we know in a way, a lot of people also go for the more conservative one, which is the black one, the one that looks the most serious. And then we have the one with the black bezel, but also I liked a lot is the one with the steel bezel. So that's maybe one of the designs I've seen that came out the most.
So this astonishes me again, but in the negative sense, because I would have thought that such a product, technically, attracting younger generations, mixing up the best of what you can do in terms of a smartwatch with a kind of adventurer outdoor watch, even having a UV sensor, first time ever done in a watch, measuring the intensity of UV, that people would have chosen more, let's say, fancy colors.
The vibrant colors.
Yeah.
One thing I must
Why always black?
Yeah, because it's no, it's a beautiful.
No, yes, it is.
Beautiful version.
Look, orange. Hey, okay. Orange. No, I'm much into colors for such watches.
You have orange there on your jacket.
Yeah, no, yeah. Of course,
well together.
No, but I'm a big fan of these vibrant colors and statements on the wrist. You can dare to do something.
Well, one of the feedbacks that's really was, so there have been something like 215. I don't know. It's going up all the time. 250 times people gave comments, asked questions. Sometimes one question is like a paragraph with multiple things inside. But what really came out of that is that many would like to be able to receive 2 straps.
Yeah.
So maybe that's one of the reasons that they would like to go for the orange one and the black strap, so they can decide themselves later what they feel most comfortable with, or maybe certain days go with one color and some with the other one, or a period with one and another period.
So when will finally the product come to the market, the Alpina X? After all the Kickstarter community has taken its decision saying, okay, let's go for the black, blue, I don't know. Yeah. Is this the point where you go to produce and bring it to the market?
You know, in a way, a Kickstarter campaign like this is ideal for this type of experimenting, because it's a determined period. It's only for 30 days. So on the 20th of April, it will be finished. And we will then contact all the backers. So we have now already 800 pieces after a few days. So probably maybe 2,000 pieces, maybe a little bit more even. We will contact everybody to confirm their color combination with the configurator. It will then be frozen. They will have to answer within 3 days with the address. That's typically what happens in a Kickstarter campaign. They receive what's called the backer kit, and part of our backer kit will be the confirmation of which colors, which straps, which version they like. And then, by the Monday, actually, I think that's the 23rd, so after the weekend, we will have on each of them the number that has been ordered. And the way we have set up, including even in the reference, we will see how many black cases, how many blue cases, how many colors of a certain bezel, the hands. Then we will start the production exactly to be able to make what everybody has ordered. And we expect by end of May to start to deliver to the backers. At the same time, also the watches will enter into the retail. So,
but based upon the decisions and the first, let's say, color combinations the Kickstarter community did, or based on what you think should go into the retail?
Well, that's a good question.
It's an interesting, because I like the way, because you're asking people what they want.
Of course.
Sometimes the industry is pretty arrogant and say, we make it blue, you take it. We make it brown, you take it. So this is very interesting, and it's pretty new. So I'm curious.
So the way we have now organized that, and this is also part of the learning experience, we have selected those 4 as what we feel are 4 good combinations, which we have presented to our retailers, and on which we have something like 2,500 pieces on order after a few days. So those will be produced and go into the retail channel. But of course, we will learn maybe certain combinations. Maybe they're not in these 4, which are the best ones. And that will enable us then later on maybe to add 1 or 2 more for the retail channel. Also for the longer term to see where we will go in terms of product development. If it turns out that those 4 are not liked at all, and there are completely new bestsellers, then we better get our act together and maybe stop those 4 and
fully understand.
Transform the rest of the year the production. The good thing with our company also is that we run this kind of production in lots of 5,000 pieces, and we have every month basically a new launch if it's necessary, if you have sold out or it starts to appear that it's going to be sold out. So we have a lot of flexibility.
Yeah, and you can react quickly. Yeah. Any color on the hybrid watch that seems to be the bestseller after those days?
Yes, that's actually the limited edition over here with the blue stitching, the lining in light blue, the black dial.
Yeah, I thought that when I saw it. Honestly speaking, I thought this would be the piece. Yeah, great. Can you, to finish, or for interest, of course, for all those who are listening and watching, name some prices here, what we are talking about?
Sure.
The hybrid watch starts at
€3,250 retail.
So it's once again, it's a mechanical wristwatch done with an in-house movement by Frederique. A smartwatch module has been added, and it's
integrated into the manufacturer catalog.
And it links up with either iOS phones, Android based phones, and you are steering more or less all the functionalities with your phone, and the watch is collecting and giving you feedback. Have I been saying this correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And maybe I can add still there, it gives actually a lot of feedback on your health, on your activity and on your sleep.
Yeah.
There we are really going deeper also with a number of discussions we've had here, including with IDC, the research firm, to really give more and more meaningful information to people on their health. A very interesting one, probably you'll be surprised that the smartwatches, they have a huge report, very detailed. I was very impressed. But they also told that the target of the customer that's buying the smartwatches that are more expensive than 600, they have the 600 plus segment, are the 40 to 60 year olds. And in a way,
so
it makes sense.
So they're looking for a health monitor.
You know, the end is coming closer, so you want to feel good. So no, it's an important point.
Health monitor.
Health is really the key. And Apple, we've seen that with the Apple III, they really go for that, and they're spot on. Yeah. So we really see that it's not the little gadgets like doing a photo on a distance with your watch. It's not interesting. It's really that health angle, activity measurement. So we are working now very hard on a cloud platform where we are going to measure against your age group, even in your region. We will be able to say, okay, best sleep last week was in Japan. On the sleep, we are going to also have the API look at the moon phases and see patterns there, correlation, weather, sound of rain.
It will be interesting to continue the discussion a couple of months or a year to see what was the output. But it's still a mechanical wristwatch.
Well, so health on the person and health of the movement.
Great. And the price of the Alpina X is about around?
It's €895 for all of them. And then actually next week we will announce a new reward where we will offer the AlpinerX with 2 additional straps, and that will be a little bit more expensive.
Okay. Peter, thank you very much for the first update. I'll come back to you asking you a lot of questions about the health of your clients, customers. No, I'm kidding. But it will be interesting what feedback comes out of the watches.
Yeah. No, me too. I feel that's a very interesting area. That's something why we wanted to go into this in 2015. The body is the best place to measure vitals. The watch is the number one tool to have on your body. We add a beautiful design, a typical Swiss watch there. So now we're really getting to that combination that really makes those smartwatches so important.
Thank you, Peter. You've learned something. I have learned something. This will be the future, and I think there will be more companies coming with such devices on the market. He was ahead of time. Peter Stas, thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel, and of course to like the videos you see.